right? So that will allow them to sustain in team fights a little bit more longer, especially when it's engaged by the Dharma. And of course, it can be followed up by the Zhangfei as well. When you have the Atta, with the idea of like splitting up the fight, because it's all about timing sometimes. Like you see the leaping savior coming in and then you pull up the ghost ship. Basically, Zhangfei can't move anywhere and he's caught in a position that he could be taken down.
And also serves as a flex pick, right? Usually on the red side, if you can pick a specific hero that can actually flex around, which in this case, it's definitely going towards the jungle where the Charlotte is already going to the Clash lane. So it goes back to Sir Cloud's mention, right? Good solid tank, strong early game, can play as an aggressive frontliner here, and judging from the pick and bans here, you can see specific picks has been removed from the pool coming in from the Kazakhstan side, where the Direnjie that does really well into solid tanks like the Ata and the Nakaruru both are removed from the side of Kazakhstan. While we check on the Kazakhstan ban, Heino and also the Lianpo. So most of the aggressive roamers has been removed from the pool, and you can probably go for something like a Lapu Lapu if needed, or even a Diadea coming from Vietnam.
Yeah, very good ban coming in from both sides of the team. Garuda is actually a very good pick as well because he will be able to poke the front line of Kazakhstan, and they have to buy a lot of magical defense for sure to really keep up with the damage coming in from Garuda. Knowing that Atta is here, they need heroes that will benefit from Doomsday a lot. Something like a Marco Polo, something like Arlie that could really thin down the HP that's going to be coming in a lot from Atta.
I see a Marco Polo better, right? Because the Arlie can be countered at the early phase of the game by the Chano. But it looks like they're going to go for the Aryan instead, and the Hanshin is going to come back in as well. So they have a lot of big engagers here. The Hanshin can jungle invade, can find targets, and then you can have the Dharma to really follow up. Or even when it comes to a team fight, the Dharma can start it off first, and then together with the Zhangfei, the Hanshin can still go in later. So they have a lot of options when it comes to team fights.
I do agree, especially when we talk about the team fights here. Much more of the proactiveness do come from the Kazakhstan squad, like the spells that you mentioned, Unbridled Outburst, Truth Mantra coming in from the Clash and Roamer player from the side of Kazakhstan. But what I'm worried about is that the early game aggression coming in from Vietnam really packs a punch. As you see towards the specific lineup coming in from Vietnam, you have the Garuda, Chano, and also the Charlotte, 3 winning lanes against Kazakhstan's 4 teamfight composition. Yes, I understand the grand idea of the Wombo combo, but if you can't protect your jungler Hansen that needs a lot of farm from the hyper aggression from the early invade, it's going to be pretty tough to scale into that mid to late game teamfight moments.
Thank you, Sagi. We're going to watch how it's going to go down. It all depends on the execution from both sides of the teams. It seems like Vietnam really choose with a lot of aggression hero because they have a lot of truck controls for sure. Also, they have Hanshin as their jungle compared to Vietnam. My bad. It's going to be a lot of Atta. Atta is quite tanky, so Kazakhstan is going to be very, very aggressive with their picks here.
A lot of it is truly down to execution, right?
Yeah.
I do agree with that. But just basing out of the draft, right, putting aside the execution, I kind of feel that Kazakhstan has the better draft here. Because of their level of engagement and their durability when it comes to team fights. I can imagine like if a team fight is prolonged, Kazakhstan will be able to last longer. Plus, they did bring the heal spell with the Zhangfei, so that will give them a little bit more edge when it comes to sustaining fights.
Yeah, and this is what's about to happen in mid lane. They were trying to be a bit more conservative. He managed to dash back quickly, but it seems like Vietnam is going to be trying to steal the Azure Golem.
Ooh. They managed to get it? Oh no, they did not. They did not. So it still fell back to the hands of Marapat. So good protection there by Kazakhstan, and it shows that their timing, their shot calling to come and protect their buff and back up their teammate is on point.
I was actually shocked. Arshid actually used his flash just now, which is strange, but he was trying to hit the Mournful Tempo, which hopefully in turn could land a good stun coming in from Ali Khan, who was nearby just now. So that's probably what he was trying to do. And at the same time, we can see Bajol was still alone with Hoi Tan at the bottom lane. In terms of itemization, there's nothing quite strange just yet. Still very early on, just 2 minutes to the game. There's no one that has been taken down just yet.
Okay, but there's one thing I want to see from Kazakhstan, right? Like whether they're going to do or not, which is to play this aggressive early, playing around the Hanshin, playing around Marapat. As in Marapat goes in, cuts into the jungle, looks for a target, brings him out, and then is followed up by whoever is close by. Maybe if Bakso is there, or maybe if Ali Khan is there, because they have that potential. As compared to Vietnam, based on their draft, they don't really have that jungle invasion sort of draft. So if Kazakhstan is able to pull that off earlier on, then they might be able to snowball with that advantage.
Yeah, in terms of damage output early on, it almost seems like Vietnam will have a bit more tankiness. They will not focus too much on damage output, but it seems like the Umbrella Opus is already here. Wings of Judgment has been let go, but it's just to clear the minions as of now. Both sides of the teams are having the same amount of gold, and they're not going to be trying to take too much risk right now.
Yeah, slightly towards Kazakhstan at a very early stage. But then again, it's not that significant like what you said. But you would take any advantage that you can get if you're going up a team that has a good reputation like Team Vietnam, right? So as long as they can retain this sort of advantage, they can slowly snowball towards the later stage of the game. But Team Vietnam, they're starting to pick up the pace here. They're moving in. Unbridled Alpha is connected to only Bawang. Would that be enough though for them to get that takedown? They should be, but Bawang still stands tall, but still the first strike goes towards Bakso.
A very good ultimate coming up from him, but look at Marapat! He's so quick, Huitan will go down, and so does Sunkar, who doesn't have Unbridled Opus anymore, and he's gonna be pulling back for a bit and not gonna extend way too much. 2 for 1, a very early aggression coming in from Kazakhstan.
And that came just before the Tyrant, so the Tyrant is gonna be a fair pickup for Kazakhstan. They only need one person in front, Ali Khan, to just zone out the remaining members of Vietnam, and the Tyrant falls to their hands. But Vietnam, they're not going to make it easy for Kazakhstan. They're going to take down this... Oh, was it still? Okay, no steal. So the Overlord still falls to the hands of Vietnam.
You're very close to being stolen over there, but a very good move coming in from Ali Khan just now. They were trying to at least give a bit of a problem, zone them out away from the Overlord. Very interesting how they are diving into the tower, and they're going to try to get Huitan, and just like that, they will focus on Nampuang. Nampuang will go down, but look at this Wings of Judgment.
Nampuang survives, and now the Wings of Judgment for the side. They should be able to get the counter, and they will with Linva with a double strike. Nampuang tanked it all out for his teammate to score the double.
A huge amount of damage coming in from both sides of the team. They are neck and neck. They know what they're doing. They really want to get the kills as much as they can. They dive all the way through the back. And mind you, the tier 1 tower at the bottom lane hasn't been destroyed just yet.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's still active there.
Yeah.
But this is what I wanted to see, right? Like from Marapa to really go in and be aggressive, just like how he did before. He almost got Nampo, so that was kind of unfortunate, I must say. It was really, really close. But I'd like to see him do more of that because they still can.
Yeah, 1,600 in front, but look at Nampuang. He's trying to use Raging Sea. I'm not sure if this is a waste or not. I think he should have just kept it just for a bit. But it seems like Bao Huang is on the way, but look at the bottom lane. Amada almost has been used. They're trying to get some more damage into him. But Huitang is going to go down as well. It's a bit too aggressive for me, I think.
Okay, but at least he made out the Unbridled Albus, and he also got one takedown for himself, which is the farm laner. So I would say it's a kind of okay trade-off.
Yep, not bad for sure. But we can see on how Huitan is still around the top lane and Ali Khan is nearby. Nompuang might dive in, but they have to be careful. This is Dharma. He can use his death mantra anytime.
Look at the rotation here coming in from Kazakhstan. They're moving towards the top. And the Wings of Judgment being used, but no big impact from there. The idea is for Team Vietnam to disengage.
Yeah, and Blazing Cape has been bought by Bao Huang. They're going to be able to get the red buff very early and giving it to Huitan very early on. So Bao Huang doesn't really need the red buff anymore. He will try to focus more on towards Team 5 and the blue buff. But it seems like there's no madness enough coming in from Sunkar. So Sunkar does have his ultimate, but it seems like they're going to try to focus on Ali Khan. But Raging Sea has been thrown out so often that as if the cooldown is not long at all.
Yeah, I know, right? Or maybe their plan is to like, okay, within them, their comms is like, okay, guys, we're not going to do any team fights. So just try to win the lane, poke here and there, and that's about it. When the comms is like, okay, guys, we're ready for team fights, that's where you start to see like the Raging Sea being kept. That's what's happening behind the scenes.
Yeah.
Just pulling on some imagination here.
Yeah. Wings of Judgment has been let go, and we do know that Minna's going to be cleared very easily. Garuda is such a good hero. You have a very high ground hero base where you can just defend from very far away. Raging Sea one more time, trying to get some damage in. Look at this ghost ship. I'm not sure if that's the best one I've seen so far, but look at this knockup coming in. Unending Sword trying to heal himself, and Kazakhstan is still in the fight. They're trying to get Bawang, and Bawang's gonna go down.
Oh, that took a while, but at least they get Bawang at the end of the day. But the trade-off is getting a farm laner for the side of Kazakhstan, so it's actually not too bad. But Kazakhstan will still push on to the top. They still have the numbers, they still have the manpower, and the tower will be down.
Yeah, you know what? Getting Bajol is actually quite worth it. And the fact that they're really trying to dive all the way in, coming in from Bao Huang, who is a jungler, is quite aggressive. Look at him. Nam Fuang is going to go back after using Raging Sea. He is one of the only few Labulabudi I've seen that consistently keep on using his ultimate as soon as he has it.
Yeah, that's why I noticed as well, right? So in the latest Raging Sea, I kind of noticed that shouldn't he have kept it for a potential takedown? Not too sure. Or maybe it's again the team comms that says that, okay, we're not ready to take any fights at all, so let's just pull it back. That's why he's using it to buy a little bit more time for his teammates. But a little bit more time bought by Team Kazakhstan. They just got the tyrant for themselves.
Yeah, Ali Khan is quite nearby as well. He's trying to get some damage into the enemy side, but at least it seems like Vietnam using the Garuda to an extent where they can be able to clear the minion as fast as they can.
Okay, right now a little bit more focus putting on the middle, but some harassment there by Marapat on the bottom. Now Marapat, he's in a position that he can do a little bit of split push as well, because the four of them are at top. Marapat, yes, he is heading towards his own buff, but then again he can move down forward to the bottom lane, and he could surprise Team Vietnam.
You want to watch on how Bahuang's going to go in, but look at this Lapu Lapu, so aggressive as usual. Nam Phuang, look at this good ultimate coming in from the Garuda, but Lapu Lapu's going to go down first. He's the first collateral damage.
Oh, and they're looking to zone them from behind, and Bakso gets Bawang. That's a little bit of a revenge play there. And now they disengage after getting the tower and a couple of takedowns. Disciplined gameplay shown by Kazakhstan.
Nam Phuang and Bao Huang has been lost. Right now, it seems like Kazakhstan's play to try and get the tower. This is what happened just now. A very good Wings of Judgment coming in from the Garuda, but Nam Phuang was a bit too far ahead in front, and there's nothing that they can do to save him. But this is what happened when they almost managed to be able to get the Clash Lane coming in from Kazakhstan.
Yeah, and if you look at that earlier fight, in summary, Kazakhstan actually got 2 takedowns and the tower as well. Yeah, they lost one, but that's okay for them. And because of that, they now have access to the next tyrant that they will take unchallenged at all, because Team Vietnam, they will be busy clearing the top lane.
Yeah, and we can see on how they have a 6,000, 5,000 gold lead coming in from Kazakhstan. The gold deficit for Vietnam is going to cause them a lot of problems. I think what they have to do is try to take it a lot more slower and try to give more time for Hui Tan to get his itemizations more. They have to try to stretch the game all the way to 16 or 17 minutes. Then they can maybe start something different, because Hui Tan has no items for now.
I was kind of worried for Hui Tuk earlier on. Like, he was engaged with Marapat, but he managed to slide away to safety. Now Kazakhstan, they're starting to open up all the lanes a little bit more. This time, sending Ali Khan towards the top lane, putting pressure, while 4 of them put pressure onto the bottom. And they're making Team Vietnam now chasing them, like from the top to the bottom. And Team Vietnam is like, okay, where are they going to be next? Well, the answer is going to be shown to them soon, because the Overlord is going to be taken by Kazakhstan, and that's when Team Vietnam will know their position.
A rather quick Overlord coming in from Kazakhstan. Vietnam sending in Nam Phuang, trying to use the vision that he has, but he did not manage to do anything with it for now. But Umbrella always is still available, so Vietnam still needs to be very careful. I'm not surprised if the Shadow Vanguard actually sent down to the bottom lane, and yes, it has. They're gonna start to be ready in the mid lane. Tier 2 tower is gonna get destroyed without any resistance.
Yeah, you always want to send Shadow Vanguard towards the opposite side, right? So you put pressure on one lane, and then you yourself pressure onto the other side. Now they're gonna put pressure onto the middle as well, since they just took down the tower, but the protection is coming in on the bottom. They almost lost that bottom tower, but they still have it.
Wow, Bajol almost went down just because of the Wings of Judgment just just now. Lin Van is very, very accurate with his movements, and they really have to be careful with him when he's around 7,000 gold in front. Can Vietnam defend this? We haven't seen any move coming in from Hoi Duk. We can maybe suspect some movement can be made by him after this. But look at this, a very good ultimate coming in from the Charlotte. They're trying to focus down as much as they can. Reggie C trying to get the stun, but look at the Jumpy. Jumpy goes in, trying to get the knock up, but Yo Huan trying to get the last hit. The Charlotte is also insanely crazy. Going to the front, Hoi Duk very brave, opening up a lot of space for his teammate to actually clear the dragon.
Well, you asked for a fight, then Kazakhstan will serve it to you. They jump all the way behind the tower, starting the fight. Now, we'll check out this replay again. Focus onto what's happening in the middle. Okay, it starts right in front of the tower, and just see from the side, the unbridled outburst from Sunkar. That was the follow-up that they needed. And when they got the unbridled outburst, the stun by the unbridled outburst is very, very long. It allows them to give free hits towards whoever who's still within the tower range of Vietnam and take them down one by one.
And I feel like if they can just time their Charlotte and Atta movement correctly, they might be able to get a lot more efficient damage output coming in, because it seems like they were going one by one, but also that's thanks to Unbridled Outburst coming in from the Janfe. Sunkar was so effective with the Unbridled Outburst, he actually pushed everyone away and literally destroyed the firm formation that was being held by Vietnam.
Yes, and the position where he pushed is that he doesn't push from front to back. He pushed from the side to the other side. So it will allow his teammates to also follow up easier from there. And that's why their team fight early on was so effective. Now the objective for Kazakhstan is to focus onto the Tyrant. And again, I don't see Team Vietnam being able to challenge for it.
Yep, they have to be more careful. They cannot take too much risks. For sure, 8,000 gold in front for Kazakhstan is going to be helping them a lot, but they still have to be very careful. One small mistake might cause them to lose this gold lead, because they have a potential to do a lot of shutdowns towards Kazakhstan.
And now they're just waiting, all right? Kazakhstan now needs to slow down the pace, just wait for the minion to arrive, and then see whichever opportunity that they have from there. The Unbridled Outburst is ready, so they can engage where they want to.
Right now, Marapa is very much ready. He's trying to dash towards the back for sure. Reggie C has been used, so does Garuda's ultimate. He's trying to get all the backline. Unbridled Outburst has been used. They push everyone towards the fountain. Will this get themselves into trouble when they touch the fountain?
Too far.
The fountain has a high damage, which is very, very dangerous. The double strike coming in from Bashol.
Okay, and here comes Team Vietnam. They want to try to re-engage, but Napol receives a lot of damage. Manapat gets one for himself, and it's going to be the channel down. Without the channel, with only Lingba, with only Napol, will it be enough though? Wings of Judgment will be used, but not enough. It is game!